Well, the Allegheny Journal has found Rachel Colby full of energy, ideas, and probably a lot more happiness and information. And we're at the Jeter Watson Intermediate School here in Covington. But Rachel doesn't just do that. She also works with Edgemont primary school students. Rachel, thanks for speaking with us today.
Of course, I'm happy to be here to be interviewed.
and we noticed that you had a spring concert the other day. Tell the public, it's one thing to be a teacher, let's say of what we think of standard individuals, ages 18 and up, but isn't it something different to be able to communicate key musical principles on the one hand and to get a performance out of kids these ages?
It's very spectacular. I love it. I love the fact that these kids at the beginning of the school year literally don't know their own elbow from an oboe. And by this time, at the end of the school year, they can play pieces written by Gustav Holst, who is a top-tier composer. And people like to give me the credit, but as I tell my kids, I stand up there and I direct air traffic, I conduct, and they are the ones that put the energy, they put the thought process, and they put the wherewithal through their horns and produce this incredible music that people sometimes think, oh, that's only for adults, that's only for grown-ups, but kids can be pushed, and they did, and they were fantastic. They blew my mind.
And you are. The beautiful thing about this, as we noticed you're conducting the other day, is this is a symphony in lifelong learning.
Indeed.
I mean, once they get the hang of it now, they'll pass it along.
Of course.
That's got to be one of the keys. If you skip a generation, it's kind of hard to pick it back up, but you're showing that kind of vivacious interest in them, and we could see the looks on their faces.
Oh yeah, no, this has been a lifelong journey for me. And I understand this may not be a lifelong journey for everybody, but the fact that music has touched their lives in this manner, the fact that they sat in my classroom, the fact that they can look at the dots and the lines and go, oh wait, yeah, no, I know that's an A flat. Oh, okay, cool. That will stick with them. The fact that they can make sound out of an innate piece of metal or an innate piece of wood and create beauty out of it, and it just astounds me. I love it, and I hope that those moments of fear on a stage or laughter in a classroom or annoyance in the classroom, as it happens, I hope that sticks with them, and I hope that it stays with them.
It must be a little bit of a challenge, or actually a significant challenge, to look at student A and say they're struggling while student B may be far more gifted. So how do you balance that? I mean, because obviously if I had to stand in front of an organ right now, I'd struggle. And yet somebody else may be a drummer. I mean, how do you see that natural talent, and how do you migrate to a given instrument for a kid?
Well, every human being has the aptitude for music. There is not one human being on this planet that cannot, in some way, shape, or form, produce music. And it is the skill of the teacher that allows us to hone in and say, all right, Bobby, you might be really, really good on this bassoon. That's spectacular. I'm going to challenge you. All right, you can play every concerto on that bassoon. It's my job to make life harder. I'm going to give you now a saxophone. Okay, let's see how well you do on saxophone. And if they're crushing it on that, we're going to move them to a piano. We're going to continue to add to that repertoire. And then you have the students, that was me, that I can play the clarinet. Okay, it makes a sound. And it's the job of the teacher to encourage. You know what? You made a sound. That's incredible. Good job. Let's go for another and another and another. Look at you. You just played a scale. And it's my job as an instructor and as an educator to hype these kids up. Like I said earlier, they're making sounds out of dead plant matter. I don't know of anybody who can do that better than these kids.
And do you see a transition from intermediate school to high school, a fairly significant number continuing?
For the most part, yes. The kids who have the support at home, who have the support in the classroom, all of them get the support in the classroom, and they are the ones that tend to continue on. And that makes me happy because I'm, of course, tied to the high school with their marching band program. I'm their assistant director for that. But if they go on to high school, that's wonderful. If they go on to college, fantastic. But even the ones that end their journey in music with me, that's okay too. I'm glad that I was there for them musically in that way, shape, and form, and that they'll be able to take those lessons throughout their life.
One wonders how much effect it has when parents are fully supportive as opposed to quasi-supportive. I mean, I guess you have a teaching job with the students and maybe a small teaching job with a parent.
Yes.
We'll walk this line very, very gingerly.
Oh, no. It's very easy. I understand that not everybody is born to the instrumental life. I get it. It's not everyone's cup of tea. But if your child comes home to you and says, Mommy, Daddy, Pop, Grandma, Auntie, Uncle, I want to play. I heard this instrument. It's called an oboe, and I want to play it. Your job as a parent is to say, okay, do some Google research, find out what an oboe is, and then reach out to your closest musical professional. That might be me, and ask, hi, my kid wants to play this instrument. What's the way to go about it? My job is to educate, and I love educating people, not just people who are shorter than me, but people who want to learn, and that also comes with the parental territory. As long as you support your child, yes, those first few weeks, I will not lie, they'll tell you they're playing God Bless America, and it may not sound like God Bless America, but just say, yep, go on, you're doing it, baby, I'm proud of you. But it will get better, and then you will be able to see how music brings out the best in a lot of us.
Well, we found this bundle of energy conducting a spring concert, gave her a call, probably interrupted her day here. And we thank you very much for taking the time to speak with us.
Of course. Thank you for having me.